So next we have void keyword. What is void? So, and where you will use this void keyword, that's what we need to see today. Let's discuss about void keyword. Yesterday we discussed all the static keyword. Today we'll target void keyword. So void is a return type keyword. It will be applied on method signature line. This void keyword can be used only on method line, nowhere else. If you declare void keyword in method signature, that method doesn't return any value. Okay, if you use void, so that method is not going to return any value to you. That means it just executes all the statements whatever you placed inside the method body. That's the void keyword means. And there are return type keywords, other types also, like data types. So data types I mentioned, we have a boolean, char, byte, short, int, long, float, double. These are the primitive data types. Another non-primitive data types also we have, like string, array, enum, interface, class. These are the non-primitive data types. Data types are two types, primitive and non-primitive. And as a return type keyword, you can use data types also. That means the method can return that type of data that you can tell. So that means methods, we have two categories. Some methods will return a value, some methods won't return a value. Which methods won't return a value? Which methods returns a value to? So void methods doesn't return any value to you. Wherever you are calling, that method just executes the code for you, but you cannot use that method output in another method. But there are return type methods which returns a value to us after calculation. You are doing some calculation, right? That output you will get. That output, one method output, you can use in another method, that is called return type. That is called return type methods will do that. Return type methods will return a value, but void methods doesn't return a value. They won't return anything. They is not good. They are not going to return anything. That's the void keyword means. Any questions here? Void means
No, sir.
we are using in the every method we use it till now void only, right? But you can create a method without void also. In the void place you can use a data type. But void keyword where you are using just method name before, right? Just method name before you are writing the void keyword. Remember? See? Just method name before void is there. Just method name before void is there. Just method name before void is there. That is called return type keyword. What is the definition of return type? The keyword that is placed before the method name is called return type keyword. So make a note that. Make a note that. So what is the return type keyword means? Return type keyword means a keyword that is placed just before the method name is called return type keyword. Return type keyword. So definitions, these are, make a note. Return type keyword means a keyword that is placed just before the method name is called return type keyword. Now here, every method here, the return type keyword is void. Here we created till now all the methods with the return type keyword void. Now, what is meant by void? So if you use void for the method as a return type keyword, that method doesn't return any value. It doesn't return any value for us. So that method calculation, you are doing some calculations right here. This method doesn't return. If you want to use this output, you cannot use in other places because you have used void keyword. That is the reason you cannot use in another places this output, the calculation output. Got it? So
Yes.
what is meant by that? just executes, but this output, this method output, you cannot use in another methods. Another place you cannot use. Wherever you need this output value, you cannot use if you use void. Okay, don't use void. Then you can use this output in another methods. Suppose I need this output, the result of this output I want to use. This result, whatever the value is there, I want to use in another method. That is possible if you don't use return type as a void. Don't use void as a return type. Then it is possible. In the void place, what we need to write? You write a data type. So what data type it is returning? Double data type. So you write a double here in place of void. Then when you call this method, so and this output you will get there directly. That's a return type methods we call them. Those are called return type methods. Okay, first see the methods with void, then we'll go for the methods without void. So the syntaxes. So static method syntax with void, you know already, right? Access modifier, static, void, method name, parentheses, curly braces, calculations plus logical statements is the static method syntax with void. Okay, what is non-static method syntax? Access modifier, void, method name, parentheses, curly braces, calculations plus logical statements, curly braces end. So what is the difference between this line and this line?
No static.
Static keyword is not there. So static keyword is present, that is a static method. If static keyword is not there, that is a non-static or instance method, we call that. Okay, so this is the two method types with void. We have only two types of methods. One is static method, another one is non-static method. Okay, next one. If you don't write the void in method signature line, then that method will return some value. Then that method will return some value. What is that syntaxes? First, the static method syntax without void. See, access modifier, static, data type, method name. Now here, what is the return type here? So data type. So I told you, return type keyword means what? Method name before what keyword you have used. Now we are using a data type. Data type is the return type here. That means this method is going to return the value, this type of data. So in the body, you can write the calculations and logical statements. Return keyword we are using and value. So value means some variable you will store, right? The variable name you can write here. So that's the return the value. So now what will happen? You call this method name. You call this method name in another places. So this output you will get there. This output you can use there. That's the return type methods means. Why do you need a return type methods? In the web pages, we have somewhere you will get some data. That data you might need some other place. Like I have shown you in the manual testing, you remembered we used a Nope Commerce website. We created a customer. Then count is increasing in the database, right? So you want to get that data before creation and after creation you want to get it. So how can you get that? By creating these return type methods. Otherwise, it's not possible. With void, it is not possible. So you want to see after creation and before creation, what is the count? How can you get that count before creation of the customer? And you create a method like this return type method. So that is a count, right? Count means integer. So int you give here. Then method name get customer count. You will give a method name like this. Then return that count. So return the count. You will write the logic here. Okay, you will write a logic here, and that output will store here in this variable. And when you call this method, and you will get that output, whatever the value is there. You remember that all this Nope Commerce we did.
Yes, sir.
Srilashmi, did you remember dashboard I have shown you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Priyanka, I haven't shown you, but that will come in the manual testing. I'll show you. That's a one scenario I'm giving. Okay.
Mm.
And also you just take an example Amazon. So you are adding the products to cart page. So you added 2 products, but the expected also it must be 2, right? And that cart on the top icon, you will get a 2 number. You need to get that 2 number or whatever the count is there. How can you get that? Only with this return type methods. Any data you want to get from the web pages or anywhere you want to get the output, you have to create a return type methods, not with void. Void doesn't do any action, just executes all the statements. That's it. But a return type method, if there is a value, you want that value, you want to use that value in some other place also, create a return type methods. That's the first syntax. What is the difference? You catch now. The difference. Here you are getting a void, right? Here you are getting a void. So in the void place, what we put? Data type we put. In the method body for void methods, you are not getting a return keyword. But here you are getting a return keyword. You need to write mandatorily. The last before closing the curly braces, you have to write a return keyword mandatorily. Otherwise it will throw error if you are not writing a return keyword and you are not using void here and you are putting some data type and then immediately body inside you must write a return keyword. Return what value you want to return, that value you put it here. So then wherever you are calling the method and this output you will get there. That's the one static method syntax without void. Next, non-static method syntax without void. So access modifier, data type, method name, parenthesis, curly braces, calculations and logical statements, return value, semicolon, so curly braces end. So this is the non-static method syntax without void. So public is done, static is done, now void is done. Now what is next? Main method. So main is a built-in method in Java, already created by Java. The program execution begins from this line onwards only. That's the main method. So what are the naming conventions of any method? Any method naming conventions. You want to create your own method. How you will write the method name? That I'm going to explain here. If a method name contains one word, all letters should be in lowercase. So like this. So public static void, click. Say one word, right? All lowercase, followed by parenthesis. So inside parenthesis, there are parameters. And private void type, one word, all lowercase. So these are the parameters, different parameters you can create. So here the main method. Main also one word, that's why all lowercase. Method name must be followed by a parenthesis. So always remember, method name must be followed by parenthesis. That's the first rule. Rule 2. If a method name contains more than one word, a first word, all letters should be in lowercase. From second word onwards, each word first letter should be in uppercase and don't provide spaces between words. So read once again. So I have given for class also same way, right? For class, one word is there, first letter, cap letter. But here in the method, one word is there, all letters should be in lowercase. The rule 2. In the class, rule 2 is if a class name contains more than one word, every word first letter should be in uppercase. That's a class rule 2. Now method rule 2 is if a method name contains more than one word, first word all letters should be in lowercase. From second word onwards, each word first letter you write in uppercase. Remaining letters are in lowercase. That is the rule 2 for the methods. Let me show you an example. Protected static void, click and wait. How many words are here?
3.
3 words. See, first word all lowercase. That's what this, right? First word all letters should be in lowercase. So that statement is fulfilled. So right, if you remember these statements, you won't make mistakes while creating the method name. Then second word onwards, each word first letter. See that. Second word is and, A capital. Third word, wait, W capital. Second word onwards, each word first letter should be in uppercase. That's followed. That's what, read the statement, apply that while creating the methods. That's why this every statement is important. And don't provide spaces. See, no spaces between the words. So this is how to write the methods. Then rule 3, method name must be followed by parenthesis. See that? Method name must be followed by parenthesis. Mandatory. That's the how you can differentiate a method and a class. Then followed by body, method body, curly braces start and curly braces end. This is the how to write the methods. Okay. Now naming the methods. Method name should be a verb. Basically, it represents the action. That's why you need to create a verb names, action related. So use lower camel case for naming the methods like this. Set first name. See 3 words, right? First word all lowercase. Second word onwards, each word first letter in uppercase and followed by parenthesis. Get first name, so followed by parenthesis. Get last name followed by parenthesis. Wherever you are writing the method, wherever you are creating the method, method name after write the parenthesis. Write the parenthesis. That's the method names how to write. So where and all you can use this parenthesis. So first this will be used after the method name. Okay, first place. And second place where you can use this parenthesis, right? Method name after you're using parenthesis. Are you clear, right? This one.
Yes, sir.
The second one. So this parenthesis can be used in the object creation of a class. You remember we created a constructor. Constructor also has a parenthesis, right? Did you remember that? For constructor also we created a,
Yes, sir.
see this is the constructor. Constructor name after parenthesis is there. This is the parenthesis. See, this is the constructor name, parenthesis. This constructor you are going to call in the object creation. So this will be used, the parenthesis. This means parenthesis will be used in the object creation for a class. Basically, you will create an object for the class to call the non-static methods and non-static variables. For static variables, you are calling with a class name, right? Static methods, you are calling with a class name. But non-static variables and non-static methods, how can you call? You have to create object for the class. So what is the syntax? Class name reference variable equal to new class name parenthesis. So in the object line you will use parenthesis. So this is called constructor, default constructor. So right, same like this, right? The constructor same like this, right? Class name parenthesis. That's a default constructor. That's a default constructor you are calling in the method line. That's a second place where you can use parenthesis. In the fourth place, so the third place, control structure keywords after, like if parenthesis, while parenthesis, for parenthesis, switch parenthesis. All these control structure places you can use parenthesis. So the next one, fourth one is typecasting place. Typecasting means basically you will get a type mismatch error. One type of data you are going to convert into another type of data. That is called typecasting. What is typecasting? Converting one type of data into another type of data is called typecasting. So data type S1 equal to S2. Now S2 is a different data type. S1 is of different data type. And such cases, what you need to do, S2 you need to convert into left side format. Otherwise, you will get a type mismatch. and to convert that, what you need to do, S2 before, put a parenthesis, S2 before, put a parenthesis, then and you write this S1 data type, that is you write here left side data type, you write. Now right side variable also will convert into left side format. Right side variable data will be converted into left side format. That is the typecasting, we call this. When you can do this, so there are two cases you can do typecasting. One is the left side and right hand side data is not matching, same data you are not storing, but left side you declared one data type, but right side you are giving different data type. Such cases you will get a type mismatch error. How can you solve that type mismatch error? By doing a typecasting. How to do typecasting? Right side variable before you put a parenthesis, the parenthesis inside you write the left side data type. Here you write the left side data type. So this value will be converted into this format. That's what I told, right? Typecasting means. I'll explain you typecasting in the data types. So as of now, understand, converting one data type into another data type format is called typecasting. Why you need to do typecasting? If there is a type mismatch error, then you need to do typecasting to solve that problem. Okay. So typecasting place also we are using a parenthesis. So these are all the places you can use parenthesis. So next one is a string args, right? String args. In the main method you have a string args, right? These are the string args. What is this? What you call them? Command line arguments, we call this. These are the command line arguments. You can pass many values to your main method. So while executing in the command prompt, your program, you can pass multiple values to this main method. So that is the command line arguments, we call this. String square bracket means it accepts many values, array of elements. That's a square bracket is a array representation. Okay. And what are the different types of arguments you can pass to the main method? So this is the one format, default format, right? You have a default format, string square bracket space args. That's a one format. So the next format is, so let me show you all three different types of formats, valid formats for the main method. So second format is just this square bracket you can include for the args. So still your program will execute. See that? So what is the difference between above line and below line? The square bracket you are putting to the args. That's a second type of arguments. So this is also valid arguments for the main method. So the question they will ask, what are the different type of arguments you can pass to the main method? See that your code is executed with the second format also. So what is the third format? The third format is I'm commenting out. Commenting, how can we do? With a double forward slash. That line, single line, I'm commenting out. Now I'm going to write here the third format is dot 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 c. So you write like this, string dot 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 c. That's another format. This is also valid. These are the three types of arguments you can pass to the main method. You can pass to the main method. Is it clear?
Yes,
All
sir.
three are valid. All
Yes.
three are valid.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, Sri Lakshmi?
Good, sir. No questions.
Okay. So the next one is method body. So method body, you know, right? Curly braces reason is called method body. The curly braces start and end, that is a method body. So what you can do in the method body? What are all the things you need to do in the method body? So method body inside you can write a logic and statements. But what is a logic and statements? So right, a method body inside. So any method body inside, access modifier, static void, method name, or non-static method inside, you can do calculations. Calculation code you can write, and you can call the methods. Other class methods you can call, or same class methods you can call. That is the another thing you can do inside the method body. And print related statements you can write inside the method body only. Inside the method body only you can do print statements, method calls, calculations, anything you have to do inside the method body only. Any method body inside, it doesn't matter. Where you want to call them, you can call there. Method calls. Or where you want to write a logic. See, we have written so many logics, right? So this test 3 inside we have written a logic. This is the logic. And print related statements also inside the method body. Make sure the method starts and ends. And every method inside, see, main method inside only we are calling. For execution, you have to do calling of the methods inside the main method only. You can call in even here also, not a problem. If you want to execute your code, you must call under main method. In this region only you need to call, not outside of this method. And print related statements. Anywhere print related statements must be in this curly braces region, not outside. So method curly braces region, you should not write your curly braces. Method curly braces region inside only your print related statements, nowhere else. If you write other places, you will get an error. You should not write. So this is how what you can write inside the method body. One more, object creation also you can do in the method body. Object creation means that I told right here. So this is the object creation. This also you can do in the method body. So remember all these points. What are all things you can write inside the method body? Logical statements. Method invocation or method calls, calling same class method or another class method you can do inside the any method. Either it is a main method or your own created method. Anywhere you can call. And print related statements. And another one, you can create object also inside this method. That's a method body inside what you can do. What, where, so the print related statements you should not put outside the method body or outside the block body. So mandatory, the method name inside only can do all these things. Okay. Now, so the method body inside also what is there I explained, but I didn't explain this, right? System.out.println. Now let's see what is mean by system, what is mean by out, what is mean by println, and what are the different formats of println. We'll see that today. So system.out.println, system.out.print. These two are the print statements in Java, and this print statements is used to print your statements, to print your data. You will use this print statement. And what is meant by system? And system is a built-in class in Java. It is created under java.lang default package. So which package system class is created? Under java.lang package, they created this system class. Then what is dot? What is dot? Okay, fine. So before coming to dot, I'll explain you. So what are the system variables and methods? So let me show you. Just put system dot. Dot if put, see all the members of this class, system class will show. See that ERR. SF means static final variable. IN also static final variable. Out also static final variable. See that? Can you see here? ERR is a print stream. IN is a input stream data type. Out is a print stream data type. This out to in ERR, these are the variables inside the system class. So what type of variables? Static final variables. Static final variable. That's why SF is showing for you. Static final variables. And the methods, you can see all are static methods in the system class. Array copy, clear property, console, system.console, current time in milliseconds in the return type method. This is the return type method. Can you see here? This system class, and this is the method, right? Method name, current time milliseconds. Suppose I will select this. So now you will get, this is returning a long type data. So return type method, this one. Return type means this method is returning some value. That value I'm storing in some variable. There's a time variable. So I'm putting time value. What is the time value? So this will give you current time in milliseconds. See that? So current time, but I didn't print, right? Let's print this. So the value it will fetch current system time. So what this method will do, current system time will fetch and stores the value here. So now, so current time in millis is, so in this variable, the value is stored. That value I'm printing. So I'm joining with the plus operator. So now execute this. I'm using a system method. See that this all in milliseconds it is giving. Now you multiply by, so that millis, and you will get the time. So current time you are going to get like this. So that is giving in the millis. Current time millis. This is a static method. So this method is a return type method. Just now I told you return type methods. See, they haven't used void keyword here. So this method is going to return long type of data. This is a return type methods. Means return type methods always, this is the value it is going to give. This value I'm storing in some variable, and that data I can use in the next lines of code. That's a return type methods. Void methods never return a value to you, but this method is returning a value and storing here. But this method is from where? From system class. That's why class name dot static method I told you, right? So how to call another class static methods? So I told you formula. So class name dot static method. Remember, that is the we are following. So now this dot operator is, see that we are calling out also one variable in the system class, right? So out is a variable. Out is a variable in the system class. Just now I shown you. Did you remember? So system dot, if you put, so it is showing out to, in, here. These are the variables. Variables in the system class. Variables in the system class. Okay. Variables. And we called the method also. We called the variable also. How we are calling? With a dot operator. So that's what the dot operator, what it is going to do. So what is the purpose of dot operator? Dot operator is used to access the field or method of that class. If you want to access one class static variable and static methods, you will use a dot operator. So what is the dot operator purpose? Dot operator is used to access the field or method of that class. That's a dot operator usage. That's why you're calling system dot out. Out is of one variable in the system class. So in the system class, you have an out variable. That's why you're calling that class variable with a dot operator. So how can you call one class static variable in another class? Class name dot static variable, right? You remember all the formulas?
Yes, sir.
I had given already all these formulas. Now system class variable you are calling here. So how you are calling system class variable here? With a dot operator, system dot out. So system dot out is returning print stream object. That print stream object on the class you can call println method. So print stream object dot the println method you are calling. That's a system dot out dot println means. So in the system class you have a, it is a static final variable of data type print stream. So this out variable is returning a print stream data type. and system.out will output any value to your console. That's a system.out means. System.in is an input stream. It takes the data. You want to give input data to your program. You use system.in variable from the system class. So it is used to take the input from the keyboard. That is system.in. And system.err, it throws the error. You want to throw your error, then you can use system.err. Suppose I want to use system.err. Let's see that. So system.err, print stream. So the standard error output stream, this stream is already open and ready to accept output data. Whatever you give, it will show in the red color. So dot println, you print, so it will throw error. So I am throwing error message. So now you execute, it will throw in the red color. So error message. See that? I'm throwing error message. All the errors you can print using ERR variable, system.err variable. Okay, is it clear? See that others are in black, but ERR print related statements in red color because that represent the error messages. That's a ERR. System.in only if you want to give input data, you will use that. That will come later. I'll explain that later. So are you clear on system.out, system.in, system.err, three variables of system class. Out
Yes.
data type is a print stream, in data type is a input stream, and ERR data type is a print stream again. Print stream. Now system.exit is another method of system class. This time I'm just showing you how to call system class methods. So class name dot static method. All are static methods only in the system class. Remember, every method in the system class they created as a static methods. You can see how can you recognize these static methods. There is a yes system dot. See that every method you are going to see all the static methods. So for suppose you want to know the get property, your project directory you want. How can you print the project directory, project location, your project location? So you have a get property, and let me show you get property. All these are get properties are returning the data. So get env return type. So return type, this returns a get env environment variables it will give us. So now I can give system environment variables if you want. For example, Java home you want, you get env of. So let's see that. So this is returning a value string type value, string str value. So I need to store. The method is returning. That's why I'm storing in a variable. Then I can print that value. The output. What is the output? Str value is. I'm printing str. Just print this. So what is the value? You can see that. See that? Java home value you are getting. So environment variable value you want to get, you can use get env method. For example, I want to know my project path. How can you get your project path? String project location equal to, so system dot get property. So there is a method get property method. See, this method is a return type method. Return type method means it returns a string type data. What type of data it returns? Can you see that? Access modifier, static, data type, string, method name get property, and parameterized method. This is the parameterized method. So this returns a string type data. That's why how I am deciding this data type here? Based on my method name before whatever the keyword is there, return type keyword. That keyword I'm writing here. Can you see this? String. I have written a string. On what basis I'm writing this string? So method name before the string is there. That base I'm writing here. And also it is showing here. Okay, this method is returning string type data. Can you see that? And this method, which class it is there? System class. So this is the method name and the return type, string type. It returns in the system class. This method is available. So I need to give a parameter. What parameter? So I want my project location, where my project is there. This current class is in which project? So you want to know. So just give user.dir. So this method is a return type method. These are return type methods how to call. What is the formula? There is a formula. So I'll give you the formula. The formula is data type. Data type of the method. Method name before return type keyword is there, right? That data type. The variable, some variable name equal to return type static method. If it is the other class, so you just write class name dot return type static method. This is the formulas. These formulas you note down. Anyhow, I'm going to give in the method structure. There I'm going to give. So I'm say void methods, it won't return. That's why we are not storing a value. But a return type methods always returns a value. See that the current time millis is returning a long type data to you. So where you will get this long? In the method structure. The method structure, you see that. See this? Can you see here? Method name before return type keyword. That is a long. So that's what I have written in the 46 line long. How can you write the left side data type? Method structure, you see that. Method name before what return type keyword is there. That return type keyword you write there. So are you clear how to call the return type methods? Lakshmi, Priyanka and Lakshmi.
Yes.
Why you need to write a return type methods? Why you need to store in a variable? Void methods, why you are not storing? I'm showing here. Void methods doesn't return any value. That's why you should not store. But return type methods giving a value to you. That's why this method is giving some output. That output I am storing in a variable, this variable. But what type of data is this? Long type data. This method return type is a long. Where you can get that info? Here is the method structure line. Method name before return type keyword long. Then how can you get this getEnv data type? See that. So getEnv method name before string. That's why I written a string. So this formula I applied for all these three formulas. So all these three. See that. So return type of this method is a long. Then space variable name, some variable, any variable name you give. Equal to class name is a system class method we are calling. This is a return type method because this is returning a value to you. Same here also. So this getEnv method is returning a string type data. That's why my data type is a string and variable name is a some variable name equal to class name is a system class dot getEnv and the parameter. This has a parameterized method. So what environment variable value you want? So I'm giving that environment variable name, but you have to provide in string format. String format. Parameter value I'm passing for this method because this is a parameterized method. So this is not a parameterized method, but this one is a parameterized method. And here, so this get property method also return type method which returns a string type data and project location system dot get property user.dir you give and the current working directory it is going to give. Let's print this. So you give your own project, that project directory it will give automatically. So you don't need to hard code the project location. Project location is, see your project where the project is created, it will give you complete project location. So in this variable the output is stored. In this variable the output. These are all the system class methods how to use I'm showing here. System class methods how to use I'm showing here. See that. In this location your project. This is our project, right? This is our project. This is our project. See the project name and the location where it is stored. D drive, Eclipse workspace workspace folder inside, and this is the project name. Here your project is created. That's clearly giving. All these are predefined method in the system class. So these are all return type methods how to call, how to use the return type methods. Always remember, return type methods you store here in the sum variable. So how can you decide this data type? Check the method structure. Method name before the data type is there. Same getNV also, mouse over. So getNV method name before the string type. So that you have written here. Then same get property method. So get property method. See the naming conventions also they followed. First word all lowercase. Second word first letter capital. And followed by parenthesis. And the method name before whatever the keyword is there, that keyword is called return type keyword. That means this method is going to return string type data. So that is what it is returning. That's why I stored in the string that variable. So that's all about string and system.out.println. And now we need to see, let's see the, is it clear how to call return type methods, how to call void methods? In the system class, you have void methods also. Let me show you. So many methods are void also there. See that array copy is a void method. So it is not written. Even exit method. So exit method also void. Exit method also void. This one. Exit method also void. See that public static void exit. So what this method, it terminates the currently running Java virtual machine. So exit method exit the program. It won't execute. That's the exit method thing. And then you have so many void methods and return type methods, both you have. And what other void methods you can see in the system class? Let's see that. See that this load method, this is also void method. Load library, this is also void method. Void keyword is there. And run finalization, void method. Run finalizers on exit, void method. And set error, void method. You can set your own error. You can set your own error. That's a set error void method. Set ln, set in input stream. You can set only your input stream, void method. So that means these methods, void methods, doesn't return a value, just executes. Set properties, you can set the property, system properties. If you want to set, you can use this set properties method. So these are all the void methods and return type methods already created. Some of them ready-made methods are there in the system class, and we can use if you want environment variables, values you want, you call getEnv method. You want current system directory, the current project directory you want, you call get property method. You want time in milliseconds, you use current time in millis. This method you call. These are all the methods they have given, we can use them. Any questions here? How to call the return type methods, how to call the void methods?
No, sir. Sir, one question, sir. If you're going to call these methods like exit, load, or run, those are all should be mentioned before only, or we can directly call in the main method without mentioning
Because
any.
they already created, right? They already ready-made.
Okay.
It's there already. Where?
So,
in the system class.
yes.
You
So
can
we
call
don't.
directly. We didn't create, right? Did we
Yes.
create this method? No,
No.
right? This already ready-made. It's created under system class. They have done already that job. Method creation done. Method is readily available in the system class. Now we are calling our purpose. So this is the calling the methods.
Okay.
If already available methods, you can call. If not available, you cannot call, right?
Yes, correct.
That's why these are system class methods. I'm calling directly with a system class and that method name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, how we will know, sir, for suppose current time is we want current time meals and how we will know, sir?
So this you have to change it to into a date, time, month, that format you need to change. But this is not giving a readable statement for us, right? So if you want to get in the readable statement, then you have to use a date class, something like that. But this is how can we convert current time millis to in date? So you can just give, they will give the, so clearly, but that is again coding we have to do, little bit coding we have to do. So in Java, right, we want in Java, so a lot of code we have to write again, right, a lot of code you have to write. And so this is all the different code we have to write. So let me show you. So this is the, and this is the code. So this code will give you all that so calendar, so time in millisecond, what is the year, month, date, day of the month, everything you will get. Then you are storing, these are integer numbers, right? And you can print that. You can print that. So that's the millis. How? So we call this epoch millis. Epoch millis is there, and java.time package. You can get that, and you will get the proper values. So, but this much complexity will be there again, but that is not giving a readable statement, right? So you can give like this: parse count of milliseconds, and then you will get the time zone, which time zone value you want, you can get it. So like this. So UTC time zone you want, so you can, milliseconds you are getting, right? That you give here, and then it will give you the time for you. So let me take this instant and pass this time millis. So we'll get that. So we'll pass this value here. Okay, we'll pass this value. For this method, we'll pass this value and instant. So import this java.time. So other package classes you are using now, java.time class I'm using. That's why I need to import. So I didn't explain that, but this one. Now see that the instant time. What is the instant? So what format you will get? Let's see. So let's print this. Again, this is also return type method. That's why I'm storing this method returns instant object. The data type is instant, that object, the variable. See that? Can you see here? 2021 02 12 and 440 is giving your US timings, right? Different time zone it is giving, but time you are getting correct time, right? So that's how to convert epoch of millis, of epoch milli. So what milliseconds you can convert into correct date format like this. And you want your time zone, you can mention the time zone also, zone ID. So Asia Kolkata you want, just give this, you can give like this. Asia Kolkata time zone is this, you can give that, then you will get this format. So this all different code you can apply and you can get it. So again, zone ID you have to import because other package from time. You're expecting this zone, date and time from java.time. So this instant, you want this instant. It's a lot of code we need to write for this, all these things if you want to convert. Now you'll get a proper Indian time. See that? You'll get a, so this, so 04 16 25 96. So that's not right, but date and time you're getting. So we need to convert still few more things we need to do. Okay, so that's the how you can write the code. Any doubts here? But all this you forget about that, but only time in millis you can understand, that you can later convert into how you want. So that's a refining the code. That's, you can refine the code how you want. So that's what we need to consider. Any other doubts there? Let's finish this quickly, we can close it here. Println, it is a method in print stream class. It is used to print the value inside the parenthesis within the double quotes as it is, and cursor will move to next line automatically. So the value whatever you are giving, that will print, cursor will go to next line, it won't stay on the same line. That's a println. Ln means, remember, new line. After printing, the cursor will move to new line, the print method. So it is also another method in the print stream class. which prints the value inside the parenthesis, whatever you are giving, and cursor will stay at the end of the line, same after printing this value. In the same line, cursor will stay. It won't go to next line. That is the difference between println and print. Clear? So that's the println and print method difference. Any questions? That's all about program keywords.